Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali from Excel Basement Private Limited, and in this video we will be learning that how we can highlight top n, and I will be highlighting top 3. You can do whatever you like, customize accordingly once you learn this technique. Top 4, top 5. So I will be highlighting uh, top 3 football teams according to their scores and goals they have made in total tournament matches, and I will create a data from the very start, and I would like to tell you some more tips and tricks within this video as well. So let's get started. So we have some teams football teams, and they have scored. The score is basically on total number of matches they have played in the tournament. So we have for example, team A, team B, right? And for example, if I want to write team C, D, E accordingly, so let's say if it works or not, let's test this in Microsoft Excel. I have written down team A and team B, and I have selected these two cells, and I will, from the fill handle, I will just drag and drop. So when I drag and drop, it repeats the same values, team A and B, continuously. So what I want is team C, D, E and F. So as we know that if we write A and we drag it down, so it repeats that alphabet. So with the fill series, which is at the right bottom of that active cell, we know that whenever we write numbers, or either we write numbers in even, odd, or we write a name of a week or a month and we drag it down, it automatically fills that series with that particular data, either of months or weekdays or numbers, serial numbers. But in the case of generating the alphabets either in capital or small, fill handle does not work. So let me just tell you the first technique for doing it with the help of a formula. So I'm writing here the character rows A65. Now you can pick any column. In this example, I'm having the A column, and it doesn't matter that in the reality A65 does contain some data within that cell, or it's a blank cell. It doesn't matter. So A here, instead of A, you can pick any column name, for example S65, but you need to start from 65. Now why 65? Because there is a small logic behind it. Let me tell you if you don't know. So for example, if I want to find out the code of alphabet A, which is in capital letters, so I have a function within the Microsoft Excel equals to code, and I will give a reference to that, and it will return a 65. So this means that A has been set with a code of 65 on backend. And if I write 65 and I need to return a character instead of a number, so I have a character function here, char, and I will give a reference to that number cell, and it will return me a character for that from that number, right? And if I write a small letter A, so the code for the small letter A is 97. This is how it actually works. So this means that if I have 65 here, 66 here, 67 here, and if I apply the character function, and as I drag down, so it generates A, B, C, and if I add more numbers to it, 68, 69, 70, so it will generate D, E, F accordingly. So I don't want to add or take a help from an extra column or a helper column. What I need to do is I need to generate alphabetical list, either capital or small, within a cell. I don't want to use extra helper cell. So that's why I have used two functions of Microsoft Excel: the character, which I already explained to you, and now this raw function 65. Now as you know that capital A starts from the code which is 65, and it doesn't matter that whatever you pick column name. But what raw S65 does here, let me explain you as a standalone. So raw S65, so it eliminates the alphabet of a column, and it just giving us that particular or current row which is inside as a reference. Okay, and for example, if I use raw A66, so it gives me that active raw number which is inside a reference to it. Okay, so it gives me that reference raw number. So and why I am using the relative reference, because as the function or the formula drag downwards, definitely we need a different alphabet, and for that different alphabet we need a different number. So 65, 66, 67 and so on. So that's why the combination of character and raw basically gives you that number, fetching out that number, extracting that number, and then extracting that 65, converting into a character which is capital A. Okay, that's the logic. So now I hope you have understood that. So now if I want to generate a serial like team A, B, C, D, E and F and so on, so what I can do is team is the static, is the constant in every name, so I have put it into inverted commas, and then I need one space as well. So what I will do, I will add space here, then ampersand sign. This ampersand means to join two or more logics, or if you want to join two or more than two cells values together in one cell, so you can basically it joins two logics together. Okay, ampersand, or if you say instead of ampersand sign you can also use concatenate function also, which works same. So one is formula, another is a function. Okay, so now joining the team space with that formula which we wrote earlier, so that character raw, and any column name you can write here, for example R, and we will start from 65 because capital A generates from the 65. And when I drag down this, for example till here, raw number 14, control D, so you can see that how easy team A, team B, team C, team D and so on, right? So you have learned one more technique in this video. So now our main purpose is to create a bar chart and highlighting top 3 teams according to their scores. So for the scores, definitely we will be using one more function, that is rand between, which generates a random numbers. So let's generate a random number from 1 till 25, and I will make it as a constant, because every time if I make some changes to this workbook, the random numbers keep on changing. So I will press Ctrl C, paste special. I hope you have used paste special before. If you haven't, you have to go, if you go to manually, so you have selected the range, copy, then you go to home tab, paste special, and from here you select the value, so that inside all these cells the function or formula removed, and those are pasted as values, right? So now I will remove the duplicates here for the safer side, and we just need top 3 teams to be highlighted in a bar chart. So once we have the data ready here, and for creating data from the very start is to was to tell you about this kind of a logic as well, to make you more learn in this video about character and row, and to how to generate the serials of alphabets, either capital or small, and also the rand between. So once you have this idea, now once we have a data prepared, so we will select this data, we will go to insert tab, and from here we will select a bar chart. So we have some recommendations as well, and here in the recommendation we have clustered bar, or if you want to go to all charts, click on bar and select either 2D or 3D as you like. So we are going with a simple 2D clustered bar chart. Okay, now one difference you will find whenever you create a bar chart, remember that the sequence of your data falls from team A till team M, right? But when you create your bar chart, the vertical axis is by default reversed. So in the bar chart, your vertical axis is starting from team A and stops till team M till team A, which is top to bottom, is exactly opposite when we compare it to the database. So if we want to set according to the data sequence in our chart vertical axis, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we need to revise and reverse these axes. For reversing the vertical axis, what you can do is just right click on this vertical axis, and in this contextual menu click on format axis, and from the right side format access navigation pane, you will find out an option which is called categories in reverse order, which is in the category of axis position. So check mark this, just click on this check mark, and if the horizontal axis goes upwards, so click on at maximum category, so that it should come downward again, right? So now according to our data, right, we have the same sequence following in the data as well as in the bar chart, right? But the purpose was to if we want to find out that what are those top three teams which have scored highest, second highest and third highest in the tournament. So it's very difficult to find out from here until we sort these numbers, and then we sort those, and we also want to highlight it with a different color. Now one thing, as you have observed here, is that we need to highlight top three teams, but we need to change their colors as well. One way is to do it that I just double click on this team C, and I will go manually, and from this bucket I can select a different color. But that's not a good practice. Later on, if your data changes, definitely you need to change the color manually again. So what we can do is we will adding a one helper column, and let's say we will give it a nice name which is top n, and we will create a simple logic by creating a if function, and we will do a logical test here. So the logical test is if this value b2 is greater than equals to top 3 of this entire range, so return that value, otherwise produce an NA error. Okay, and if that, and now cell by cell, if the value will be checked, if the value will be falling in top 3 of that entire range of scores, it will return the same value in the next column, otherwise it will return an NA error. Now basically generating an NA error is because that it will be invisible in the charts when we put one more series to it. So what we can do is we can add the series, or we can create a chart from the very start as well. So let me create that chart from the very beginning. So I have selected this 3 columns now, going to insert, clicking on the charts, and let's say selecting the bar chart. Now here in the bar chart, as we can see, we have an issue which we highlighted before, that in the bar charts you have to revise and reverse the vertical axis. For that, right click, format axis, categories in reverse order, at maximum category, and now we can see that top 3 teams within this chart very easily and very quickly, right, because it's with a different color. So this is one of the technique for the visualizations as well, and you can add this technique in your dashboards. So one last thing is that because these orange and blue bars are coming both together, and we don't want blue bars anymore because we need top 3 teams with a different color, so we will just right click on this orange bars, and we will click on format data series, and we will say that we will use overlapping technique. So we will do 100% overlap, so that blue bars will be on the back side of the orange bar, and orange bar will be in the front, because blue bars, or because orange has been overlapped by the blue. And if we want the actual scores to be plotted here, so again we will right click on the orange bars, and we will click on add data labels. So we can have that team C has the highest score in the entire tournament, and on top, which is 25, and then following team K 22 and team G 18. So I hope you like this technique, and do share it with others as well. Thank you so much.